Some airplanes changed aviation forever. Others never got the chance. From giant double-decker jets to passenger planes faster than the speed of sound, these aircraft promised to revolutionize air travel. Billions of dollars were invested, prototypes were planned, and airlines showed interest. But for one reason or another, none of them ever entered commercial service. So today, let's explore 10 incredible commercial airplanes we nearly got, and why they disappeared before ever carrying a single passenger.
Boeing Sonic Cruiser. In 2001, Boeing revealed one of its most futuristic passenger aircraft concepts, the Sonic Cruiser. Instead of carrying more passengers, its goal was to get people to their destination much faster. The aircraft was designed to cruise at nearly Mach 1, making long-haul flights around 20% shorter than existing airliners. Its unique delta wings and rear-mounted engines gave it a completely different appearance from any Boeing jet. Airlines liked the idea at first, but after the 9/11 attacks and rising fuel prices, reducing costs became more important than reducing travel time. Because the aircraft consumed much more fuel, Boeing canceled the project in 2002 and shifted its focus toward the fuel-efficient 787 Dreamliner.
2. Boeing 2707 SST. During the 1960s, America wanted to build the world's fastest passenger airplane. Boeing answered with the 2707 Supersonic transport, an aircraft designed to fly at nearly 3 times the speed of sound while carrying almost 300 passengers. It even featured movable wings that could change shape during different stages of flight. On paper, it looked far more advanced than Concorde. However, the project quickly became too expensive, too heavy, and too complicated to build. Environmental concerns about sonic booms and fuel consumption also increased. In 1971, the U.S. government canceled the program, ending one of the most ambitious commercial aviation projects ever proposed. 3. Lockheed L-2000. Lockheed also entered America's race to build a supersonic passenger jet with the L-2000. The aircraft was expected to fly at more than twice the speed of sound, while carrying around 250 passengers across the Atlantic in only a few hours. Engineers planned to use titanium to withstand the extreme temperatures created during supersonic flight. The design showed great promise, but it suffered from the same problems as other supersonic projects: high development costs, poor fuel efficiency, and growing public concerns over noise pollution. When the U.S. government canceled funding for the national SST program, the Lockheed L-2000 disappeared before construction ever began. 4. Airbus A380-900. The Airbus A380 is already the world's largest passenger aircraft, but Airbus once planned an even bigger version called the A380-900. By stretching the fuselage, the aircraft could have carried more than 650 passengers in a normal layout and nearly 1,000 passengers in an all-economy configuration. Airbus believed this would solve congestion at the world's busiest airports. But the airline industry changed. Instead of operating massive aircraft between major hubs, airlines began choosing smaller, fuel-efficient jets that could fly directly between cities. With almost no customer demand, Airbus quietly canceled the A380-900 before production could begin. 5. Boeing 747X. To compete with the Airbus A380, Boeing proposed the 747X, an upgraded version of its legendary Boeing 747. The aircraft would have featured a longer fuselage, redesigned wings, more efficient engines, and room for around 500 passengers. Boeing hoped airlines would choose a modernized 747 instead of investing in Airbus's new Super Jumbo. Unfortunately, airline priorities had changed. Twin-engine aircraft like the Boeing 777 offered similar range while burning far less fuel than four-engine jets. As airlines lost interest in very large aircraft, Boeing officially canceled the 747X. Some of its technologies later appeared in the Boeing 747-8, but the original project never became reality. 6. McDonnell Douglas MD-12. Years before the Airbus A380 became reality, McDonnell Douglas had already imagined the world's largest passenger aircraft. Known as the MD-12, this massive double-deck airliner was designed to carry between 500 and 600 passengers on long-haul international routes. From the outside, it looked like an oversized DC-10 with 4 engines and 2 full passenger decks. Several airlines showed interest, but building such a huge aircraft required billions of dollars that McDonnell Douglas simply couldn't afford. Without enough orders or financial support, the project was canceled. Ironically, many of its design ideas later appeared in the Airbus A380.
Airbus A340-500 high gross weight. The Airbus A340-500 was already famous for operating some of the world's longest nonstop flights. Airbus planned an upgraded high gross weight version with a higher maximum takeoff weight, longer range, and improved payload capacity. It was expected to connect almost any 2 major cities without refueling. However, technology moved faster than expected. Twin-engine aircraft like the Boeing 777 proved they could fly just as far while using significantly less fuel. Operating 4 engines became too expensive for most airlines, and Airbus quietly dropped the project before it ever entered production.
8. Tupolev Tu-244. After the failure of the Tu-144, Russia wasn't ready to give up on supersonic passenger travel. Engineers proposed the Tupolev Tu-244 as a next-generation supersonic airliner capable of carrying over 250 passengers at speeds of around Mach 2. The aircraft was designed to be quieter, safer, and much more fuel-efficient than earlier supersonic jets. It was intended to compete with future Western aircraft while reviving Russia's place in commercial aviation. Unfortunately, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, funding disappeared, and the enormous cost of development made the project impossible to continue. The Tu-244 never left the design stage.
9. Sukhoi Gulfstream S-21. During the 1990s, Russian aircraft manufacturer Sukhoi partnered with Gulfstream Aerospace to develop a new generation of supersonic passenger aircraft called the S-21. Unlike Concorde, this aircraft focused on efficiency and lower operating costs, while still flying faster than the speed of sound. Engineers hoped modern materials and improved engines would finally make supersonic travel commercially successful. However, technical challenges, rising development costs, and a lack of investor support eventually forced both companies to abandon the project. The S-21 became another promising aircraft that never made it beyond the concept phase.
10. Boeing New Large Airplane, or NLA. Before Airbus officially launched the A380, Boeing was secretly studying its own giant passenger aircraft, known as the New Large Airplane, or NLA. The concept included a massive double-deck cabin capable of carrying more than 600 passengers while competing directly with Airbus's future Super Jumbo.